of the Sketch-tember free motion quilting sketch practice. I am challenging myself for the 30 days of September to share a different free motion quilt filler every day. And we will do it live here. And I apologize in advance that I can't publish a specific time schedule. My schedule gets really random with meetings at various times, and I want to get in the habit of doing this every day, but I can't set a specific time just because it's too volatile. So hopefully you have your notifications on and you're online, and if not, we'll check the replay. So hello to Cindy. Nice to see you. And I had a plan for the different designs I was going to share every day, and then I totally spaced and didn't look it up. And Donna is here, and she wants to learn to free motion quilt. Well, Donna, my tips are to sketch first. Doodling builds that muscle memory. It gives you a path to follow, and it generates ideas. And once you have an idea, you can practice it on your machine. And there's lots of great teachers and tutorials out there. So I'm just giving you a few glimpse at my style and my ideas. And if you want to go deeper, drop me a message sometime and we can chat more about the specifics there and some different people I recommend. I am fortunate enough to be teaching at a local quilt shop, and they sell the Grace Company longarms. They have the Unique series, and it's so much fun to get hands-on with people. And we do some sketching in those classes. We sketch first, and then we go to the machines and practice stitching them out. And so today I want to focus on beads or pebbles, getting that circular motion. So draw some circles. That's what we're warming up. And we all just draw some circles, and I'm putting them in a line. And you can see they're not perfect. Perfection is overrated in my world. That's just too much pressure to be perfect. So just, draw a line of circles. What you'll notice that as I was drawing those circles, I went clockwise for the first circle, but then I looped around and I drew counterclockwise for the second circle. So I'm changing direction each time. It's kind of like a figure 8 motion, and you just keep connecting your circles. So they are touching as I go across. But the reason I alternate directions is because you can see that darker line from the overlap from the second stitching. That is similar to your thread buildup when you actually start quilting on fabric. And if we consistently drew our circles the same way, we'd get all that thread buildup on one side of our design. And that might be distracting when you look at the finished quilt, to have kind of that uneven thread buildup. So if you alternate left and right, I was going to say clockwise and counterclockwise as you go around the circle, then you can distribute some of that thread buildup across your quilt. So as I've said throughout the week with our various free motion quilting designs, you want to vary the scale. So we want to be able to stitch small, medium, and large motifs, depending on the size of the block we have, the space we need to fill, the overall effect. So what I like to do, again, working in a straight line, is I start out with some small pebbles, and I'll do a handful. 4 to 6 small pebbles. Then I make some just a little bit larger for that medium size pebble. And then I will go really big. And these might get a little bit oval shaped rather than a pure circle, but you just kind of chant in your head: small, medium, large, medium, small, medium, large, medium. And you can practice that variation. So we do small, medium, large, medium, small, and you get a really interesting effect if you continue on that way, kind of like a curvy sine wave. Now, pebbles are one of those designs that you can expand and do all sorts of different fun things. I've shown you just a line of pebbles, but you can also practice putting them in clusters, which is what we want to do to practice moving in all directions. So that's the second skill that you want to build in your free motion quilting, is besides learning the basic design and then being able to vary the size, you want to be able to move in all directions. Because yes, on a domestic machine with a small project, it's easy to spin the fabric and get going in different directions. But on a long arm, on a bigger quilt, on a domestic, you want to be able to quilt in all directions rather than having to manipulate that big quilt to get in the direction only the one direction you know how to stitch. So clusters of pebbles are pretty easy to put together because we are just drawing and building our next circle off the intersection. Let me do those a little bit larger so that you can see. So it's almost like a pyramid effect, that you're building your next circle on the intersection of the previous two. And you can continue building out and in and around. And if you're doing this cluster of pebbles, it also looks more realistic if you can go back in and fill if you missed something, to do a variety of sizes. Then it really looks like, a cobblestone path there, which is really fun. And you can do some fun things with those clusters by grouping them. Let's do that traditional pyramid. And then I'm going to travel around up here and I'm going to do a leaf stitch. And I showed those in a previous video, how I did leaves. And now we have a cluster of grapes. Wouldn't that be fun on some placemats or a table runner for a wine lover? The other fun thing that you can do with pebbles is to echo. Echo stitching, I've mentioned before, is a great addition to your free motion quilting designs. If you run out of room or you just need to fill a little bit more space and you're not sure of what to do, just echo around the motif that you did, and it works for any shape. It works for flowers, and especially if you have applique quilts, echo around the applique, and that's really simple free motion quilting that you can do on your quilts. So we practiced our beads in just a line with the variety of sizes. We practiced our clusters to move in all directions, and we added some special effects with some leaves and some echo lines. So I hope that gives you some ideas as you continue to fill your sketchbook with our 30 days of free motion quilting designs. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I will see you tomorrow with another free motion quilting sketch then stitch practice. Have a great day.